Today we will discuss the clinical importance of enzymes and protein. So first we discuss enzymes or isozymes. These are the enzymes which perform the same function, but they differ from each other by their physical properties and genetically determined amino acid sequence. What are the other parameters which are differ from other enzymes? These are enzyme location, isozyme enzyme location, and properties plus their molecular weight. Isozyme may contain different number of charge amino acid and may be separated from each other by electrophorese. There are two electrophorese techniques which are used. One is SDS page and other is simple page, which are used to separate the protein on the basis of their molecular weight and on the basis of their isoelectric point. So isozymes have different their quaternary structure. Every isozyme has multiple subunit. So multiple subunit protein is a quaternary structure containing protein. So quaternary structure is a protein which contain multiple subunit. So all the isozymes contain multiple subunit because they perform the same function, but they differ from each other by their physical properties and genetically determined amino acid sequence. So first of all, we will discuss the lactate dehydrogenase, which is a tetramer. Tetramer, it means it is made up of 4 subunit protein. It is a tetramer make up of 4 subunit protein, H and M. H for heart and M for muscles. So we have 5 isozymes, LDH1, LDH2, LDH3, LDH4, LDH5. So LDH1 contain all H unit, LDH2 contain 3H1M, LDH3 contain 2H2M, LDH4 contain 1H3M, LDH5 contain all 4M subunit. So you can say LDH1 H for heart, it is present in a good amount in heart. LDH3 is present in good amount in leukemia tissues. Uh, and LDH5 present in the muscles and liver. So we can easily identify the disease by checking the level of these isozymes in our blood plasma. Because when we have any disease like liver cirrhosis or myocardial infarction, the level of particular enzyme, for example, if we have a myocardial infarction, the level of LDH1 is raised in our blood, and we can easily check by spectrophotometer or through SDS phase for the confirmation of increase of band of LDH1. So LDH3 increased during leukemia, and LDH5 increased in the muscular dystrophy and liver diseases. LDH performs same function. It converts the lactate into pyruvate and pyruvate into lactate, but they are differ in with respect to their location, their molecular weight. We have another isozyme which is known as creatine phosphokinase. It is a dimer enzyme, which means it is made up of two subunit protein. CK1 contain BB subunit, B for brain. It means it is present in a good amount in a brain. CK2, which is present in cardiac tissues, and it is increase in the cardiac disease, and CK3 increase in the muscular dystrophy. So CK1 contain BB subunit, CK2 contain MB subunit, and CK3 MM subunit. So it is also contain quaternary structure because it is a dimeric enzyme. So we can check the different isoform by SDS page. this CK1 has lowest molecular weight, then CK2 has more molecular weight than CK1, and CK3 contain more molecular weight as compared to CK1 and CK2. So this CK1 travel faster because it has a low molecular weight. We can identify the molecular characterization by seeing the band. Which band is more prominent, that enzyme will increase during any condition. So during myocardial infection, we can see CK2 level is increased after the onset of chest pain after 4 to 8 hours of chest pain. So after 4 to 8 hours of chest pain and myocardial infection, level of CK2 level get increased, and it reaches to peak at 24 hours, after 24 hours, and after 72 hours it comes down towards their normal level. Here you can see this is CK1, CK2, CK3. Which band is most prominent, it will identify the disease. If the CK3 band is more prominent, we can say it is muscular dystrophy, and if the band of CK2 is more prominent, then we can say it is a myocardial infarction. Then what are the pharmaceutical uses of enzyme inhibitor? Astazolamide is an inhibitor of carbonic anhydrase, and it is used as a diuretic drug. Allopurinol, which is inhibitor of xanthine oxidase, which is used to inhibit the xanthine oxidase, and it is used to prevent the gout disease. What happened? Xanthine is converted into uric acid with the help of xanthine oxidase enzyme. And if we use allopurinol, it will block the xanthine oxidase, and the level of uric acid come down, and we will alleviate the pain during the gout disease. Aspirin, it is an inhibitor of cyclooxygenase enzyme which produce inflammatory compound. So you can say aspirin is a anti-inflammatory drug. Captopril, which convert the angiotensin 1 into angiotensin 2 by angiotensin converting enzyme. So if angiotensin 1 is converted into angiotensin 2, it will constrict our blood vessel and our blood pressure going to increase. So it is used to maintain our blood pressure. So you can say it is a anti-hypertensive drugs. Esomeprazole is used to reduce the acidity of our stomach, our GIT tract. So it is an inhibitor of proton in our small intestine. Then phenelzine, it is a inhibitor of monoamine oxidase. It is used as a antidepressant. Warfarin, it is used as a anticoagulant because it is an inhibitor of glutamate carboxylase, which causes the clotting. So we already know that there are two types of enzyme. One is the physiological function enzyme, which are present in blood and perform some function. For example, lipoprotein lipase and pseudocholine esterase, and some proenzyme present in blood which and perform function there. For example, proenzyme involved in blood clot. These all enzymes are involved in blood coagulation, dissolution, blood clot dissolution, and to dissolve the blood clot. So some enzymes are the physiological functional enzymes which are present in the blood, and some enzymes are the non-physiological functional enzymes which are present in the blood. These enzymes are released by some organelle and used to diagnose the disease caused by these enzymes. For example, ALT, AST, they are not functional enzyme in our blood, but they are present in blood during some liver disease or some other diseases. So Assessment of cell damage and proliferation. During any damage to the cell, these enzymes are released into the blood, and the level of damage we can see by checking the level of these enzymes. For example, during heart disease, CK2 level increase, LDH1 level increase. During liver cirrhosis, ALT, AST level going to increase. During other muscle disease, LDH5 and CK3 level going to increase. So these enzymes are released during the cell damage, and very important for the clinical diagnosis of the disease. Physiological factor affecting the enzymes. Firstly, age. Aspartate transaminase activity is moderately higher during the neonatal period than adult. Neonatal childhood state. Plasma alkaline phosphatase activity of bony origin is higher in children than in adult, and it reaches to the peak during the pubertal age, during 8 to 12, 13 years of age. X plasma gamma glutamyl transferase activity is higher in men than women. Physiological condition plasma alkaline phosphatase activity risen during the last trimester of pregnancy because of the presence of placental estrogen. So alkaline phosphatase activity increased during the last 3 months of the pregnancy. Several enzymes such as transaminases and creatine kinases, they rises to in the plasma during heavy exercise and during labor. A role of enzyme in clinical diagnosis and prognosis. These are the enzymes which are very helpful to diagnose certain tissue diseases. For example, amylases, its level increase in the parotitis and acute pancreatitis because our salivary gland produce amylase. If we have problem of salivary glands, then this is known as parotitis. And if we have any acute pancreatic disease and the pancreas gets swelled, this is known as acute pancreatitis. In both conditions, the level of alpha amylase get increased. Then choline esterase, it decreased in the liver disease and raised in the nephrotic syndrome. If we have liver disease, the level of choline esterase decrease, and if we have a kidney disease, the level of choline esterase get increased. Then alkaline phosphatase, it is raised in the any bony diseases. It is raised in the Rickert, hyperparathyroidism, Paget disease, osteoblastic sarcoma, bone cancer, and obstructive jaundice. Acid phosphatase, it is raised in the prostatic carcinoma with metastasis. This is due to the greater its production during cancer. Factor specific for prostate and non-prostate tissue can also be measured. Paget disease, in Paget disease of bone, it is also increased. Then the aspartate aminotransferase, it is increased in the myocardial infarction. AST is found in the higher concentration within the cardiac muscle fibers and leak into the blood stream in the injuries to their fiber. It is also increased in the acute hepatitis. Alanine aminotransferase is very good indicator of liver cirrhosis or liver hepatitis. It is raised in the acute liver damage, an injury to the liver cell in which it is present in large amount. This enzyme leak out in the blood, and the level of this enzyme get increased. Then lactate dehydrogenase level get increase in the myocardial function LDH1 and liver damage LDH5. Its enzyme can also be measured, which give more specific information. Associated dehydrogenate, it is raised in a condition associated with damage to the liver parenchyma cell and hepatocytes. Parenchyma cells, if damaged, then level of associated dehydrogenase level get increased. Then CK2 level increased during myocardial infarction, and CK3 level increase in the muscle disease. We have already discussed that. Then the leucine aminopeptidase, this enzyme increase in the disease of liver, bile duct, pancreas with cholestasis, means obstruction of bile duct. 5-nucleotidase, it is raised in the obstructive liver involvement, obstructive jaundice. Glutathione it is raised in the cancer and hepatitis because it causes the neutralization of free radical in the form of H2O2. Aldolase, it is an increase in the pseudo-hypertrophic muscular dystrophy. If we have any muscular dystrophy, then level of aldolase A get increased. Then gamma glutamyl transpeptidase, its level is increased in the hepatobiliary obstruction and in alcohol-induced liver disease. Then seroplasmin, its plasma level is decreased in hepatolenticular degeneration, which is known as Wilson disease. Then importance of enzyme in clinical use as a medicine. Many enzymes are used as a medicine. For example, the enzyme preparation. So some enzymes are used during the digestive disturbance, which are proteases, lipases, amylases, which are animal, vegetable, or microbial region. Some enzymes are used like pepsin and pancreatin used uh, to used in the digestive of problem of protein diseases. Okay? Which is known pepsin and pancreatin is used to along with the dry bile powder and the most frequently used enzyme preparation in digestive disorder of protein diseases. Blood coagulation, thrombin is used locally to stop bleeding. Thrombin is a protein which is used to stop bleeding because it helps in clotting. To increase the blood supply to the tissue, we use kallikrein enzyme which is responsible for the formation of kinin from their precursor kininogens. Kinins produce vasodilation, and for this reason, kallikrein is used in cases of impairment of blood supply to tissue of the extremities and heart. So, kallikrein enzyme is used to increase the blood supplies to deep into the tissues, like in our feet and our heart. So, kallikrein enzyme is used to increase the supply of our blood. Then hyaluronidase enzyme. What is the function of hyaluronidase enzyme? It depolymerizes the hyaluronic acid, which is heteropolysaccharide, and chondroitin sulfate, and causes a loosening of deep layers of the skin. It has been used for increasing the rate of fluid absorption from the subcutaneous tissues, and in case of treatment of sprains, hematomas, and thrombophlebitis. What hyaluronidase do? It will depolymerize the hyaluronic acid present beneath the skin, which has protective function. So, if we want to increase the bioavailability of food during crisis, we use hyaluronidase enzyme. Or if we want to treat the some clotting of blood in the veins, so we use hyaluronidase enzyme along with other proteases. Trypsin and chymotrypsin are very good agents which are used to clean our wound because it depolymerizes it hydrolyzes the pus present in our tissues, necrotic tissues. So it will accelerate the wound healing process. Then chymotrypsin, it is used orally and by injection in these conditions to increase the in fact, to increase the accelerate the wound healing process and to decrease the level of pus in our wound. Then RNA and DNA, these are also very helpful to disintegrate the pus cells because DNA and RNA are very responsible for the pus formation. So they hydrolyze the RNAs and DNAs with the help of streptococcus and other enzymes. Enzyme for cancer treatment, asparaginase enzyme is very useful to minimize the effect of cancer because asparaginase is an amino acid which is required the proliferating cells. Very huge amount of asparagine is required for the proliferating cancer cell. If there is no asparagine, it means there is less chance of spreading of cancer cells. And streptokinase is used to hydrolyze the thrombus present in our heart veins, which can cause the heart diseases. So streptokinase has protease activity, which is used in myocardial infarction to dissolve the thrombus. And we have a myocardial infarction. We have a high level of CK2, more than 160 unit per liter, and more than 5% of the total activity. Myocardial infarction, all these enzymes are increased during myocardial infarction, AST, lactate dehydrogenase 1, and CK2 level get increased during myocardial infarction. Then we have already discussed the CK2. These two newest markers are used to identify the myocardial infarction, troponin T protein and troponin I protein. They are raised during the myocardial infarction before than the CK2 and lactate dehydrogenase 1. So, troponin I appear in plasma within 4 to 6 hours after a myocardial infarction, peaks in 8 to 28 hours, and remains elevated for 3 to 10 days. That's why troponin T or troponin I are more authentic tool to identify the myocardial infarction. Elevated serum troponins are more predictive of adverse outcome in unstable angina or myocardial infarction than conventional assay of CK2. That's why we prefer troponin I and troponin T as compared to CK2. Troponin T and troponin I are a regular protein involved in myocardial contraction. They are released into the plasma in response to the cardiac damage. So elevated serum troponins are more predictive of adverse outcome in unstable angina or myocardial infarction than a conventional assay of CK2. Myoglobin is another early marker of the myocardial infarction. That's all for the today. If you have any question, then you can ask. Yes. Uh, yes. If you have any question, then you can ask. That's all about the clinical importance of incense.